Good day everyone. We, the members of Group 6, will now present the topic that has been assigned to us. I am Cyberly Ragohos and I'm with my group mates, Miss Pante and Miss Paraiso. Before we begin our discussion, Miss Paraiso will lead the prayer.
Let's bow our head and feel the presence of the Lord. Dear Lord and Father of all, thank you for today. Thank you for ways in which you provide for us. For your protection and love, we thank you. Help us to focus our hearts and minds now on what we are about to learn. Inspire us by your eternal light as we discover more about the world around us. We ask all this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Miss Paraiso. We are pleased and it's great to know that you attend the discussion class. So our topic is all about the surface area of a prism. So what comes to your mind, class, if you hear the word prism? Yes, it's all about shapes and having a formula to compute for the surface. Very good. The lateral face, lateral edge, right and oblique prisms, altitude, surface area, and the lateral and surface area of a right prism will all the contents of our topic for today that we will be tackled. Before we begin our discussion, let us first know what surface area and prism. What is prism? A prism is a three-dimensional shape with two identical shapes facing each other. These identical shapes are called bases. So, ang prism daw is mayroong tatlong dimensional shape in which yung dalawang shape na magkaparehas is magkaharap or sabi natin kanina na they facing each other. Ano nga ba yung mga three-dimensional shape na to? So, na magkaparehas yung shape. So, the example of these three-dimensional shapes are triangular pyramid, rectangular prism, hexagonal prism, cone, triangular prism, and square pyramid. So, yun yung mga example na kung saan is may mga dalawang shape sila na magkaparehas na kung saan tinatawag na bases. So, ano nga ba yung bases na dito sa prism? So, let's define it first for us to understand or comprehend what the base means. A base in geometry is a side of a polygon or a face of a polyhedron, particularly one position perpendicular to the direction in which height is measured or on the figure's bottom. So, alam naman natin na ang base is baba or pinakababa. 'Di ba? Kung ikukumpara na lang natin sa mga mayayaman or sa mga bahay-bahay na may tinatawag silang base, which means yung pinakababa ng bahay nila is parang may underground kung tawagin. So, based sa picture na ito, kung makikita natin is may nakalabel sa baba na base. So, sa triangle na to is yung base niya is yung may line na blue sa baba, and other faces of a prisms are parallelograms or rectangles. So, let's proceed in defining the surface area. So, ano nga ba yung tinatawag nating surface area or surface area of a prism? Area is a space inside a 2D object like a square. The area of 2D shape like a square, all of the space inside of the shape, in other words, pick a pencil the area of a square, which we learn how to calculate it by multiplying the base times height. So, imumultiply lang natin yung base times height para makuha yung total area or area ng isang triangle or square. So, in the next picture, as we can see, a cube. Surface area is area of all the faces of 3D object. If we look at 3D object like a cube, the surface area is all the space in the outside of this 3D shape. So we calculate area, we can take a pencil in coloring area of the faces of the cube like the area to find this. So kung mapapansin natin, class, is sa cube na yan is may 6 total faces. Para makuha natin yung total niya is we need to calculate the individual area on each faces and add all. Kung napag-add na natin lahat in each area, ang kalalabasan na is the surface area, which is yung hinahanap natin. So, let's proceed on the surface area of prism. So, ano nga ba yung surface area of prism? It is a three-dimensional solid prism surface area which is determined by the shape of its base. A prism's surface area is the total area occupied by the prism's faces. A prism is a flat face polyhedron. There are no curves on it. The surface area of a prism refers to the total amount of space occupied by the prism's flat faces. So, finding prism surface area entails calculating the total space occupied by all the faces of that particular type of prism or sum of the areas of all faces or surfaces in 3D plane. So, para makuha daw natin yung surface area, which is we need to calculate the total space which is occupied yung mga faces ng isang shape na kung saan yung type, nakadepende yung type of prism. We need to sum of the areas of all the faces, which is we will get the total area. To easily compute the surface area, we must first follow this step para makuha natin yung measure na kakalabasan ng surface area natin. First is identify the shape of the bases. Second, calculate the area of both bases. Third, find the area of all the faces on the sides. Fourth, add up all the areas. So, meron tayong tips dito. The key is to find the area of all the individuals and add them. Makaka-encounter tayo ng mga individual faces ng mga shapes na kung saan is kailangan nating i-add lahat para makuha natin yung total surface area. So, we have example which is rectangular prism kung makikita natin sa picture. And we must follow the steps. So, first step, nung sa kanina na sinabi natin yung mga step, the first step is identify the shape of the bases. The shape of the base is depending on what type of prism is. So, ano nga bang type ng prism na ito? So, this is rectangular prism which is one side. In one side, meron siyang 4 cm and the other side is 5 cm. So, second step, calculate the area of both bases. So, in finding the area of the base, we calculate it through using the length times width or base times height. So, as we can see in the picture, nasaan ba ang length dyan? Paano natin mahahanap ang length or yung width or bases na tinatawag? So, ang length natin is 4 cm and ang width natin is 5 cm. So, we multiply 4 cm times 5 cm which is 20 cm squared. So, this is the area of one of the bases. So, the area of both bases add together which is 20 times 2 which is equals to 40 cm squared. So, dito is kinuha lang natin yung area of both bases which is meron siyang 2. And yung 20 kanina na nakuha natin, nung minultiply natin yung 4 times 5 is 20, is multiply natin sa 2 which is 40 cm squared. So that the answer is 40 cm squared. So the third step is find the area of all the faces on the sides. So area of face, then we must follow also the formula which is length times width o kaya naman base times height. So, in finding this, the length is 10 cm while the width is 5 cm. So, kailangan lang natin gawin is i-multiply natin yung 10 tsaka 5. So, 10 cm times 5 cm is equals to 50 cm squared. So, meron din tayong faces in a prism which is the top, side, back, bottom. So, all of these bases has mentioned by 10 cm by 5 cm. We can take the area, we got 50 times 4. So that 50 times 4 is equals to 200 cm squared. The area of all the faces of the side. Sabi natin kanina may mga faces yung prism, which is the top, side, back, bottom. So meron siyang 4 na faces. So yung nakuha natin kanina sa 10 times 5, which is minultiplied natin, is equals to 50. So, yung 50 na yon is kailangan nating i-multiply sa 4 kasi nga may 4 na faces in a prism, yung rectangular prism. So, nung minultiplied natin is nakuha natin ang 200 cm squared. Let's proceed in the fourth step. So, yung last step natin is add up all the areas. So, the final step is to add them all the areas, which is yung nakuha natin sa una or yung area of base tapos area of face is kailangan nating pag-addin. So, yung nakuha natin sa area of base is 40 cm squared. And we will need to add it in 200 kasi yun yung nakuha natin kanina sa area of face, which is equals to 240 cm squared. So let's proceed in the lateral face and lateral edge. So what is lateral face? Lateral face, it is not a base. Hindi siya yung pinakababa na sinasabi natin kanina or dun sa line kanina na in-example natin. The edges of the base are called base edges. And tong lateral faces, which is they intersect each other at the lateral edges, which are parallel and congruent or magkapareho lang sila. And it is intersect the base at the base edges. So, ito yung lateral face na sinasabi natin na nasa pinakababa. As you can see in the picture, yung base edges is na tinutukoy natin is yung naka-blue na may dalawang line dito na tumuturo sa base edges. Kung nakikita natin sa picture. And yung lateral face naman is yung naka-line siya sa loob ng dalawang shape na may black na line. So, next is lateral edge. So, ano nga ba yung tinatawag natin na lateral edge? You can see in the picture, yung tatlong shape na triangles is the shape theirs are measured, which is represented as the height and base or length and width. So, yung lateral area of the triangular prism is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. Kung nakikita natin sa 3 rectangles, there's a sum of the areas and we need to compute it. To compute, we will calculate it sa base times height. Yung formula na din natin kanina and add them all. So, yun yung area of base, area of face, and the total surface area. As we can see in the picture is yung tatlong shape na rectangles dyan is the shape which is there are a measured, which is represented as the height and base or length and width. Yung lateral area of the triangular prism is the sum of all the areas of the lateral faces. So kung nakikita natin sa 3 rectangles, there are sum of the areas and we need to compute it. To compute it, we will calculate it sa base times height and add them all. So, gaya nung sa kanina na meron tayong area of base, area of face, at saka total surface area, wherein sa total surface area is pinag-add na natin lahat na meron tayong sinunod na step by step. Kung makikita natin sa picture dito sa lateral faces, ang unang rectangle, ang base natin is 3 and ang height natin is 6. Sa pangalawang rectangle naman, ang base natin is 4 and ang height natin is 6. Sa pangatlong rectangle, ang base natin ay 5 and ang height natin is 6 cm. Kung mapapansin natin is same lang sila na height which is 6. To compute this is gagamitan lang natin yung formulang base times height. Hanapin muna natin yung lateral area. Pagkuha ng lateral area is kukompute lang natin yung base times height. So sa una kanina, 3 and 6, 4 and 6, 5 and 6. So, 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 5 times 6 is 30. So, pag-addin lang natin yon, 18 plus 24 plus 30 is equals to 72 cm squared. So, ano naman tong tinatawag nating total surface area? It is the area of a prism or pyramid, which is the area or combined area of its lateral faces and its bases. The total surface area of a triangular prism is the lateral area plus the area of the two bases. And i-add lang natin at imumultiply. So, total surface area. Ang formula naman natin dito is lateral area plus area of two bases. Yung lateral area natin is yung nakuha natin kanina sa unang na-compute natin, which is 72. At sa area of two bases is meron tayong 1/2. And kailangan lang natin kunin yung dalawang base ng triangle, which is yung 3 at 4. So, 72 plus 1/2, 1/2 multiplied by 3 and 4 plus 1/2 multiplied naman naman natin sa 3 and 4. So, 1/2 times 3 times 4 is equals to 6. So, diba meron tayong dalawang rectangle na pinagkuhanan na siyang base niya at yun yung 3 at 4. So, kukunin natin yung base niya at meron siyang 1/2 sa isang base at 1/2 din sa isang base. So, dalawang 1/2 yung ilalagay natin at imumultiply natin sa base na 3 at 4. So, yung 1/2 multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 4 is equals to 6. Ganun din dun sa kabila. So, kaya nakuha natin yung 6 and 6. So, 72 plus 6 is equals to 84 cm squared. So, sa pag-compute neto is meron siyang shortcut for finding the lateral area of a prism. Para mas mapadali pa, the equation for the lateral area, notice that we can factor out of A6. Kasi nga, pare-parehas lang sila ng height. Kung mapapansin natin, yung tatlong rectangle natin is pare-parehas lang sila ng height, which is 6. So, lateral area, if we factor it out in 6 and we are going to add and multiply is magiging simple lang siya. So, yung base at saka height na 3, 4, 5 at meron tayong height na 6. So, 3 plus 4 plus 5 and we are going to multiply it by the height 6 cm squared is makukuha natin yung 72 cm squared. So, sa formula na to, kung mapapansin natin is 3 plus 4 plus 5 is, which is represent the perimeter of the base, while yung 6 naman is represents the height. So, same lang din kanina yung sa answer na nakuha natin sa una. Pero, mas pinadali lang tong shortcut.
Everyone, my name is Luella May B. Paraiso from BSE Math 2. So, my topic for today is all about surface area. So, surface area of a cube. The surface's area of a cube of side S is given by SA, which is surface area, is equals to S or 6S squared. So, for the example, find the surface area of our cube with a side of length 5 cm. So, the formula is SA is equals to 6S squared. So, A is equals to 6A squared. That's the formula. And 6 multiplied by 5 squared is equals to 150 centimeters squared. So, example number 2. If the surface area of a cube is 216 centimeters squared, determine the measurement of the side of the cube. Using the formula, A is equals to 6A squared. Solving for A is equal to 216 divided by 6 is equals to 6 centimeter. So that's the solution for example number 2. Next, surface area of rectangular prism. A prism is a three-dimensional shape that has non-curved sides. A cube is a prism, but a sphere is not. A prism has a pair of congruent sides called bases, like the cube, triangular prism, and the rectangular prism. Don't confuse a prism with pyramid, which only has one basis or base. Surface area of rectangular prism. The surface area is a rectangular prism of length, width, and height is given by the formula SA is equals to 2 multiplied by length and width plus 2 multiplied by H which is height and W which is width plus 2 multiplied by height and length. For example, find the surface area of a rectangular prism whose length is 7 cm, width is 4 cm, and height is 5 cm. So, nasabi ko naman na kanina yung formula. So, ang kailangan na lang natin is solve yung problem. So, 7 times 4 is equals to 28, and 4 times 5 is equals to 20, and 7 times 5 is equals to 35. So, kailangan lang natin siyang i-add lahat para makuha yung sagot. So, 28 plus 20 plus 35 is equals to 83. So, kailangan natin siyang i-multiply by 2. So, ang sagot is 166 cm. So, the surface area is equal to 166.
Let's proceed in the lateral area of a right prism. So, what is a lateral area? The lateral area of a prism is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces. Lateral area or symbol of L of a right prism is represented by the formula, where L is equals to PH, where P represent the perimeter of a base and H represent the height of the prism. So, yung base is yung bottom niya and yung height is yung distance o yung taas ng isang shapes. So, let's have an example for you to understand and know how to compute the lateral area. So, meron tayong shape dito wherein merong mga measures which is rectangular prism. And we need to use the formula which is lateral area is equals to perimeter of the base multiplied to the height of the prism, or L is equals to P multiplied by H. So, yung nakuha natin is 28 multiplied by 12 equals to 336 cm squared. So, ang perimeter of the base natin ay 28. So, paano nga ba nakuha yung 28 na yon? So, nakuha yung 28 cm kasi nga may dalawa siyang base which is yung 8 and 6. And be multiplied by 2 kasi in a side merong dalawa. Kaya 8 times 2 and 6 times 2 which is meron tayong perimeter of a base na 28 cm. Well, sa pagkuha naman natin sa height of the prism is kailangan lang nating tignan yung height na nasa rectangular prism na kung makikita natin is 12 cm. So, height times base which is 336 cm squared. So, sa pag-compute natin, huwag natin kakalimutan yung unit na nakalagay or yung unit na ilalagay natin para ma-identify natin ng mabuti.
Surface area. The surface area S of a right prism is represented by the formula S is equals to L plus 2B, or S is equals to PH plus 2B, where L, lateral area, and B is area of the base. Surface area, example, rectangular prism. S is equals to L plus 2B. So 336 plus, or 2, or 336 plus 2 multiplied by 6 and multiplied by 8 is equals to 432 centimeter squared, and L is 336 centimeter. Finding surface area of a right prism. The general formula for the total surface area of a right prism is TSA is equal to PH plus 2B, where P represents the perimeter of the base, H the height of the prism, and the B is the area of the base. And for example is find the total surface area of an isosceles trapezoidal prism which parallel edge of the base 6 cm and 12 cm. The legs of the base is 5 cm each. The altitude of the base is 4 cm and the height of the prism is 10 cm. So, the perimeter of the base is the sum of the length of the sides, which P is equals to 6 plus 5 plus 12 plus 5 is equal to 28 cm. Since the base is an isosceles trapezoid, its area is 12H and multiplied by B1 plus B2. B is equals to 12 times 4 times 6 plus 12 is equals to 36 centimeter squared. TSA is equals to PH plus 2B is equals to 28 multiplied by 10 plus 2 multiplied by 36 is equals to 280 plus 72. So, we need to add the 280 plus 72. So, the answer is 352 centimeters squared.